Hey, Midnight Sun here. I wanted to point out to all of you guys that in the following videos that I'm going to be doing for the 1 to 70 guide, there is going to be no more altar in the game for you guys to practice if you wanted to practice and follow along with those videos. The reason I did the video with the altar in the previous season active was to try and get as close to what it would be like during the season as possible. However, that's obviously not going to be a complete 1-to-1 guide. And in terms of you guys practicing right now, you're going to miss out on a lot of the benefits of the altar and the visions. Now, there is some ways that you can utilize that and do that even here right now, which is using a gem of ease if you have one, but you have to get it to rank 120 or rank 25, and that would only work for one item. So this is a level 70 item. If I put a gem of ease in here in the socket slot, it would make it required level 1, so I could equip it on each class if I wanted to. But that's not going to be very good for doing a whole 70 gear item. So again, I'm really sorry about, the videos that I made being kind of a little bit earlier, and it took me a long time to get through the editing with work and schedule and stuff to get them put out. So they are just kind of give you an idea of what it would look like in this season. And with this season being the Soul Shard season, there is a bit of a caveat in those videos. These 1 to 70 guides that I've been showing you guys, I've been utilizing the 1 to 18 method by going through Runes of Sescheron there and getting the cube first and then getting 18 in order to get a gem from each of these bosses over here. And with the next season having a chance to drop a Soul Shard gem from the bosses, it would make the most sense to straight up run Zoltan Cool. So just go straight to Zoltan Cool and kill him over and over again in the hopes that he drops a Soul Shard. However, I am not sure what level the Soul Shards drop at. I heard they can be dropping at level 1. I don't know if there's an increased likelihood of that happening later on, and I don't know how feasible that's going to be. So I don't know if I run into Zoltan Cool and you get lucky and you get the Soul Shard right away. You can scrap that to get a Marquise, I believe, or an Imperial gem, which would satisfy the altar requirements of having a gem above a Flawless Diamond. So you could theoretically go straight there and do that and get the gem, and you would have the Blacksmith leveled up if you're using the cash for the start of the season there, which would allow you to craft level 70 gear straight at level 1. Now, in the 1 to 70 guides that I'm going to be showing you guys here, I do start out at level 1 for each of those things, so it doesn't really matter too much, but could be an option for you guys there if you want to start the season. Again, I'm not sure how reliable that method's going to be. I think most of the classes did it pretty fast, getting to 18 and then going through and getting the gems from the Rift Guardians or the Rift bosses or whatever you call these bounty bosses over there. And then the other reason is that in the 1 to 18 guide, I talked about the items you get from Kadala. And one of the subscribers pointed out that something that I can do is just gamble on a non-seasonal class, and it would tell me what item requirement it is there. And I did not think of that at the time. That makes sense. And I recommended saying level 12 for most of the items. It's actually level 16, so it'll be a little bit further along in order to equip those items actually on your character. So keep that in mind if you're trying to follow the guides. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoy the following videos. Hey, Midnight Sun here. We're going to be leveling up the Monk this time. This is the 1 to 70 guide, or the 18 to 70 guide if you're following along where you were before. And if we look and see here, we see that this time I did not get the the Crutus boots, which is what I wanted. I got the Rivera dancers. And I was very frustrated with this. I constantly kept trying to get it. And then when I got this again, I was like, well, I'll try and get some bracers. But I couldn't get the bracers. So far we have the Wave of Light, slows down enemies, and Lashing Tail Kick attacks 50% faster and deals 274% increased damage. So at the very least, that's kind of useful in the beginning. And then I get to upgrade my weapon here. We're going for Diablos this time. So let's go ahead and see what we get. Okay. Chance to double your attack speed when attacking, so that's okay. It's not what I wanted out of that, but that should come in handy at least with the Lashing Tail Kick here. So I'm going to go ahead and throw on the boots, and then I'm going to extract the Pinto's Pride because typically in a season you can do a Legacy of Dreams Wave of Light build, and that's useful for that. So I'm going to extract this early and put it on my character. There's Pinto's Pride. So now once we unlock Wave of Light, we should be able to do a little bit more damage with that as well. And just like all the other classes, we're going to go to Temple of the Firstborn Act 2 here. And I just realized I don't have my timer up, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on real quick. All right, timer's going. Those bugs should follow me, so I don't got to worry about it. Now we've unlocked this Lashing Tail Kick here, which again isn't the best move, but it'll be fine for the first few levels. And if we had the crudest boots, this leveling process would be insanely fast, probably one of the fastest, to be honest. As soon as we hit level 22, we would have been fine. All right, 15. 17. Keep accidentally using my potion there. Can I switch those two around yet? Not while enemies are around.
Standing grows. My strength has increased. My path becomes clearer.
Wonder why I can't move those.
I must wait longer. My strength has increased. What you ask is impossible. My mind is stronger. My strength has increased. Ha! A vicious strike! My mind is stronger. I cannot do that.
Okay, so we've reached the threshold of 30. This is typically when we get out of here and put in some new skills and stuff, because the damage here is going to start falling off a little bit unless we tweak some things around.
My understanding grows. This fight is over.
Perfect. Look at that. Exactly what we wanted.
My mind is stronger.
Okay, so we're just going to leave game, come back in. And then we get to tweak some of these skills. So I'm looking for anything that's going to give me more spirit. This is probably the best one for that, honestly. At least right now. Lashing Tail Kick. I want the one that gives me a large circle here. So let's see. This is the one here, so I can deal more damage in a sweeping attack. Dashing Strike is going to be changed here in a minute. We're going to do this one because we're going to constantly be dealing damage. Let's see. We're going to reduce some more damage there. We don't really need to worry about cooldowns. And a little bit more damage there. Okay. Now, I know I could switch these things around, but I'm not sure. Okay, there it goes. And this does not want to go into this location. All right, so this is being very buggy right now. I'm not sure why that is. All right, Dashing Strike. We want Blinding Speed. And then we're also going to throw on Wave of Light here. And we're going to do Explosive Light because we have that modifier there. And then we're going to go ahead and do Serenity. And we're going to do this one. And then we're going to do Implosion on Cyclone Strike here. Okay. So a slight tweak to our skills. And we're going to go ahead and jump right back into it. So let's just test out this Wave of Light here on the next group of enemies. Alright. It's good. Insta kills. And our Lashing Tail Kick is still one-shotting everything on Torment 6. This will probably be the last time we could do Torment 6. Okay, we got our vision.
This fight is over.
Looks like that wave of light is going to be the primary source of damage against elites. And our lashing tail kick will be used to just take out a few enemies here and there.
Roman packs and will take on anything that crosses them.
I must wait longer.
It's said that their hunger is so
Not
great.
enough.
Now, if we got Incense Torch the Grand Temple as our upgrade, that would have been perfect. And this combo with Wave of Light would have done absolute damage.
Favored me.
So we're getting a little bit more Death Breath here. Again, keep in mind that this is actually halved because I have the altar doubling my Death Breath.
I don't have enough spirit.
No one ever has enough spirit.
My understanding grows.
And obviously we'd be picking up all that Death Breath.
I must wait longer.
By the way, as a little tidbit, if you're ever in an elite level, the one that's got the portal is going to be the normal one. So if you see a normal enemy, that's going to be the one that will unlock the portal. So if you're trying to get out of here, just skip the elites, run around, see if you can find a normal enemy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now.
Mind is stronger.
See if we can spot him. Is that guy normal? Sometimes it's hard for me to tell.
I need spirit.
There it is. It was that bug right there. So our spirit generation is looking a little low.
Spirit. I must wait longer.
We got another new level.
You are
Got a Diablo.
I cannot do that. My understanding grows. I don't have
We should
enough
start
spirit.
getting, after one legendary drops, we typically will get more. So this should be about the time where we'll start seeing more and more legendaries drop. Also notice that our damage has dropped off significantly. And I'm not full clearing each of these areas as well. And the primary reason for that is because typically even in a season, I wouldn't full clear an area unless it was the chance to give me some death breaths, or if it was really far on into the visions, because then they're going to drop more and more items. So see if we kill a couple of them there. We got a couple nice chunks of items on the ground.
Must wait longer.
So that's just to save a little bit of time here.
Your flaws are revealed. I don't have enough spirit.
I never have enough spirit. Alright, looks like we're not going to get much there.
I must wait longer.
Same thing here with these Rift Guardians. If you're ever trying to get out of here, just look straight for the regular enemy, and you should be able to take him out.
Clearer.
I was not paying much attention right there. But there's the regular enemy. We kill him, and then we could dip out to the next area. Now this vision is incredibly long. So we're going to start seeing more and more items on the ground here. And typically if I get something good on the ground, like that Diablo, I might even try to stop through one of these or full clear him once and then do it.
I grow weak. I must wait longer.
There's a belt and a helmet there, Spirit Stone.
The gods
So see, we're starting to get those legendaries, and any one of these could be a deal or like a difference maker when it comes to going through these areas. By the way, if you ever see this right here, Necrosis, watch out because it's going to constantly drain, I think either your resource or your health or something like that, until you get full health back. So not very good. We're dying a lot in here, which I'm not liking. We still haven't found the ends, which is rather amazing. So I'm just gonna dip through.
My will falters. I must wait to use that ability. Your strength fails.
And can we get through this next level here? Let's see. We're at 59, so we're going up levels decently here. I just would not like to be this high of a level through here.
Enough spirit.
I'd like to be ideally a little bit lower. And still no goblin, which is rather surprising. So we're going to try and gather up a chunk of these and hit them with a couple wave of lights here. I don't mind if I die because, again, this isn't hardcore, so no big deal. We're just going to dip back down this way. Drag these enemies. Hit a Serenity, hit one of those, and then spam some wave of lights nearby here. If we had resource, that would be Spirit. Alright, clearly we need to change up our Spirit.
Becomes clearer. This fight is over.
Folks, this is genuinely amazing.
I must wait longer.
We still don't have a single goblin. There's our breakthrough point. There we are. Finally.
Injuries are too.
All right. So I never anticipated going through so many of these portals here. This is kind of insane. And more than likely, this is going to kill me over and over again, which is going to affect our time here. So I don't even know if it's worth it to stand here and clear all of these guys. I can do it, but like I said, it's just going to be forever. So I'm going to return to town here, and we'll check out what we got on our items. Let's see. Because I believe when doing that, we would have gotten enough Death Breath to extract another item. So if something here is good, we can put it on. Reduce damage from melee attacks. That's not very good. So none of that stuff is really good at all. So then the only other thing I would do is with all of those extra items that we would find, we could enchant some of this stuff here. So I could take a peek and see if anything here could be enchanted to something better. So like right there, we're not using Mystic Ally, so we can get rid of that. Put on some resistance, so maybe we don't die as much. Wave the 100 Fists, we're using that, but not really, because it's not our main source of damage, so we could throw on some more life there. Crippling wave damage, we aren't using it. Put on some more resistance to survive more. And then the rest of that is probably okay or good. We got maximum spirit there. Alright, so let's see if this made even the slightest bit of difference. Alright, well, we're doing a little bit more damage. We're still going to die in one hit every time we come through here. So, typically this would be considered a lost cause there. We were still in Torment 6, so we should have gotten quite a bit of decent stuff there, but like I said, we didn't luck out very much with our leveling items, so if we got some slightly better leveling items, we maybe would have stuck through that, or if hopefully when we were leveling up, finding a decent item or two to be another modifier, another boost would have been good, but no such luck this time. Our Lashing Tail Kick is still doing some damage to everything around us. See if we can keep our streak going a little bit more here.
Your strength fails.
So what I'm thinking is if the visions start to take longer than 2 seconds to kill the enemies, then you might just be better off getting out of the visions, unless of course there's a very high value item in there, like if you run into an elite level and you really need that extra death breath for whatever reason, then that might be the only instance in which you would stay in there. But other than that, we're not looking at that. vision as being
Don't
productive.
have enough spirit.
And I'm losing spirit like crazy.
Your flaws are revealed.
Alright, we're staying out of there now. Once we hit over 60, it's very difficult to survive in those things, even if we're doing some decent damage here. One thing we may do, actually, is just take a peek at the first level in case it's a goblin level. So in that case, it was an elite level, not worth it. Or not an elite level, a Rift Guardian level.
The challenge.
Come on.
The gods strike through
Pool
me.
of Reflection, that's great. I really want to drag these enemies with me just in case, but looks like they're going to hang
What
back.
you ask is impossible.
That was close. Almost lost it. We've got another
Your strength fails.
Pool of Reflection here. This is where we usually play Ring Around the Rosie to try and get some more of these bugs to come in. Alright, there's our 400 that we're looking for.
It cannot be done.
We'll go ahead and just stop here. After killing a few of these enemies. Alright, let's return.
Go back. My mind is
65. And pretty low on this 65, about halfway or so there. I'm gonna go ahead and scrap these. Gonna exit game, come back in, and I'm gonna change some of my abilities here to get more spirit passives. Let's see here. Okay, we're gonna do that one. We're going to do that one and put on a mantra, and we're going to get rid of Serenity. And let's see here. Anything here that helps with spirit? All right, well, we'll do that just to boost our activation. Anything else we got here? All right, we'll just go with this one then. See if this helped us out a bit.
I must wait longer. Ha! A vicious strike.
All right, our spirit's staying pretty decent so far anyway. We haven't had to use a lot of it yet. And our goal here is to rush 400 and then come back in again if we need to. Not wasting any time with elites.
This fight is over. What you ask is impossible.
Oh no, we're gonna lose it here, aren't we?
Your flaws are revealed.
Cutting it really close here. Alright, this should get us the remaining spirit, or massacre that we need.
My mind is stronger. Feel the wrath of Yutar.
We're lucky we may be able to push this to a 600 massacre.
Not enough. I must wait longer. Your strength fails.
Okay, we're gonna ignore that. Try and drag these enemies. May have made a mistake there. Oops, wrong button. Oh, shoot.
My understanding.
Alright, well, we lost it there. Could have made that to at least 69. Oh well. Come back in our final time. And I wasted quite a bit of time in that vision, but it looks like I'm still doing pretty decent on time. Kind of in comparison to the barbarian. I don't want to switch heroes. So a quick 300 or so and we should be fine. Go ahead and pop out here and see if we can get some of these bugs.
Your flaws are revealed. Good fight.
And in the season, we wouldn't be able to walk through that either,
Strength has increased.
but nothing I can really do about
What
that.
you ask is impossible. Brave beneath the endless tide.
Check this out. Damage is reduced. Perfect. Something to keep in mind, guys, by the way, is after doing Torment 2, depending on how long I want to farm on something like this, you still have to clear acts 1 through 5, so it may make sense to drop it down to like master or hard or something like that to run through the acts at a fast rate. You don't want to drop it all the way to normal if you're doing a lot of damage, because then again, if you get like the visions, you're still going to want to go through them on the higher difficulties to boost the chance of finding things. But you also have a good chance of getting the items from the bounties as well. So if you're on a higher difficulty, that's going to be what you're wanting to do here.
I will not do that.
All right. How are we doing?
Not enough spirit.
I'm not sure if a 300 is going to do it this time or not.
My strides grow longer.
Oh, there we go. 300 worked. I was a little worried about that.
I need to go back.
All right, so that was 1 to 70 on the monk. And let's see, 24 minutes and 29 seconds. So not too bad. I didn't really like my items here. The flying dragon is okay. It's used in some of the builds. So again, it's not the worst thing to get. But these Rivera dancers weren't very helpful at all. And there was that wave of light that really saved us for our damage here. If we managed to get the Crutus boots, we would have thrown on Mystic Ally, which is, let's see here, right here. And then we would have thrown on Water Ally. And that would have done all of our damage for us. In fact, later on, we could even throw on Earth Ally, and that would have been a huge chunk of damage for elites and everything like that too. But this is great for the Temple of the Firstborn. It just wipes out all the bugs, and you just got to run forward and dash everywhere. So, hope this helped you guys. Hope this helps prepare you for the season. Have a good one. Bye.